get their own livelihood, and stopping them from doing it will be a harm to them. And I don't want to harm anybody. As much as I want to add value to the life of the people around Iro Victoria Island, I think since they said that is what they want to do, let them continue doing.
However, motorists like Kalu, on the contrary, feels they are not needed all the time.
It could be better when there's much traffic, but now there is no traffic. Staying here is not all that conducive now, because me, I suppose to have already passed.
While doing their bit to ease off the traffic, Ibrahim acknowledges that they meet motorists who sometimes are impatient with them.
I don't forget for that day. I just stopped the one person for this job. The time when you come block the road, I say stop, make you one person pass. So that time, for this man, I beg and say stop. You know one stop. You ready to jam me for the motor? You don't know, say, you see me, say me, I am disabled. Why no stop? I know the stop am for nothing. Because he come blocking the road. He come show me, say, he get power. He blocked me for this, my eyes. Remain small, it will scatter my eyes.
Well, with over 1.6 million vehicles plying Lagos roads daily, just maybe volunteers like Ibrahim and Ismail are a great asset aiding government strategies to tackle high-volume traffic across the state. For Plus TV Africa, Amaka Okoye.
Don't think that anything is going to change until 2023. Not with Lai Mohammed as the voice man, Garba Shehu and the other chap, additional.
From what we've seen about the Sorosoke generation, they're not going to hurry into this.
No, we are
they're
not.
They're going to prepare for the next round.
Pressure.
Sometimes past, you are allowed to correct other people's.
When we're living a communal life.
Exactly.
Not now that we live
and
a
there was
societal
no big
life.
deal. I know people who could even cane me, and my father will be, oh, thumbs up. That's good.
Assuming that this is a country where we obey laws, nobody will be bothered whether the money is borrowed or not, because it must be paid back.
What is the Nigerian national virtue?
Quality assurance.
Making money.
There's no quality assurance anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying. In Germany.
In Germany, right?
Our national virtue is politics. Sam Egbu was education minister as we were on strike, and he was celebrating 25 years of marriage. Yes.
Hi guys, my name is Baj Adibule. I'm an actor and a filmmaker, and these are my answers to these questions. I have danced naked at a balcony before. Don't ask me what happened before then or after then, but yeah, that happened. Off the top of my head, it would be Smooth by Carlos Santana and Rob Thomas. Love that song. The most recent lie. What's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done? That's the most recent lie I've told. The part is the fact that you get to live multiple lives in one lifetime. That's the coolest part. Kiss, date, marry. Kiss, date, marry. I'll kiss Ini. Love you, babe. Date Toke, because I'm sure she's going to be fun. And I'll marry Bisola. We get along so well. I love her. Definitely marry Bisola. She's good to, probably good to eat me up for that now. You know, being a Nigerian boy my age, I am a tanga just jumps out straight up, no matter how old you are. I've seen some scarier stuff now that I'm older, like I saw Hereditary like some months ago, and that was crazy. But I am a tanga just jumps out, you know, so yeah, I am a tanga. I think the privacy has to be the worst part. Unless you're specifying like an actor in Nigeria, then there's another worst part. But if you're talking generally, I'll say losing your privacy. I'm a very private kind of person. So the fact that sometimes I can't just dash out wearing anything I want isn't the coolest thing. What words? Brokos. Yeah, I just don't see how I can throw that in any sentence, man. I don't even know how I said it in the movie. Brokos, definitely. Should I just see this picture, just describe it? I'll describe it. I'll thank God, I'll thank my mom. I'll thank, well, I should be married by then, right? Abby? Hey, let me don't put a time limit on it. I'll thank my girlfriend / wife, depending on which time it happens. I'll thank my family, my friends, thank my fans, I'll thank the academy, and see, platform. So there's this belief I have that we really don't need all these other things that we think are real in terms of those social, legal, and religious laws. What we really just need is understanding, kindness, and love. I'll try and spread that message. If you're talking about Nigeria, I still want to work with Pete Edochie. Come on, I grew up watching the guy. Except just one time. Just so I can say, yeah, I'm done now. I mean, Nigeria. But if you're talking about worldwide, the list is unending. But for Nigeria, Pete Edochie. So that's it on Plus TV Africa. I'm Badge Adibule. Hope you had fun.
Hello and welcome to Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, channel 408. So Tea Time is an entertainment analysis show that covers everything important in the entertainment industry, of course, and also about your favorite personalities, and also covers the stories in the world of entertainment and lifestyle. So in case you're new and you're wondering who are these people. But today is fun-packed just like every other day because that's just how we do it over here. We've got hot topics to analyze today. We've got music to jam to, and of course games to play. And I'm not alone. I have Ifeolu Oshike and Eniola to do it with me.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's poppin', guys? How you guys?
It's
doing?
Friday.
Friday, you mean?
Yeah.
Friday.
I'm happy about
Why don't you sound excited about it?
Why what?
Why don't you sound excited about it? Today is Friday.
Friday.
Yay.
The yay.
Oh, sorry, me I'm excited though. That's the problem. I can't wait
But Friday
to
started since
finish my work.
yesterday anyway, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well, we, the normal people, are Friday.
Today is too sharp Friday.
Normal is boring.
So what's your plans now? What are your plans?
There's a few things. I don't want to jinx it, but there's a few things I'm really looking forward to. But I'm looking forward more to Saturday, which is like bigger still.
What's happening on Saturday?
I cannot jinx it
Why?
either.
Why don't you want to jinx it?
I don't want to jinx it either.
You
but
won't jinx it. It's happening whether or not you talk about it.
Well, I just don't want to jinx it. So it's not good. It's not as good to make me say it, but I'm excited about this weekend, Sha. And I'm hoping that Sunday
I know what you're
is
doing. I
going
know
to.
your lineup.
I just hope I want to use Sunday to really rest and get better at work. I think this week I learned that just don't party during the week. It's not good. It's not a good thing. It's really. It doesn't just work. It affects productivity and your mindset and your body and all of that.
Not when you were born with.
And I mean, I also just think, you know, being restful helps you a lot better, especially your health. And I want to have my immune on check this period. I don't want to start having headache. I'm wondering,
And
is
then
the
the
headache from
numbers are
not
actually
sleeping or the headache
increasing.
is from not, huh?
The numbers are actually increasing.
I think they should shut us
COVID-19.
down, to be honest.
And yeah, someone just called me and was like, hope you're staying safe. Hope you're not going for any events because they know I cover events mostly during the weekend. Hope you're not covering. I said, Friday is packed already, Saturday is packed, Sunday, so I don't even.
No, the government will
a
have to
weekend.
intercede because even me too, it's unfortunate to say, but I don't think I can stop myself from going out except the government literally says that they're locking us down. And I think at least that's the island vibe. I don't know what's happening on the mainland. Yeah, but I think they really need to step in, especially for Lagos. Like the numbers yesterday was almost 500. That's mad.
There's a second wave, guys. Just stay safe, wear your face mask, and use your sanitizers, wash your hands regularly, and yeah.
I think that's another thing. Because I live alone, I don't really have an urge to not... Like, I can imagine if I was staying with my mom, then of course, I would be so terrified, like I wouldn't want to give it to her. But anyway, let's go into the conversation lineup for today. First off, we have Tyler Perry, the Great, as I like to call him, who posted a picture of a result of his fitness regimen, showing a different side of the movie Mogul, obviously, because he was basically thirst trapping us. Anyway, Perry wrote in a caption of his photo that this is what midlife crisis looks like, before going on to say that he is 51 and single. Alert, everybody. And wondering what the next part of his life would look like. Reportedly, Tyler has been seen with Gilead Beckill, the mother of his 6-year-old son, Aman Tyler Perry, which doesn't mean that they're together. So ladies, we still have hope. The Madea creator went on to write in his post that regardless of what the next chapter of his life would look like, he will continue to walk with God and be the best father for his children whilst looking good and at least trying to. Then Perry then reflected on the pearls of 2020, saying how the world has been filled with sadness lately. Some of Tyler's friends in the business chimed in, including Mario Lopez. I don't know if you know Mario Lopez, a really fine guy, who encouraged him to continue fighting and working hard. The most interesting part for me, though, was the comment section, which you could see a lot of his fans begging, as in like hitting on this man, asking for dates and hangouts, even offering their phone numbers. There was one woman who wrote that she was 47 and single, while another one said, let's date, I'm 30. So, I mean, I can also put it in there, hi. Okay. If you want to have a conversation, you know, I can act sometimes. But yeah.
Tyler Perry, okay, let me first start from the beginning. When I saw this, it made me remember what I always say, like, money isn't everything. like, if you see Tyler Perry now, he's a billionaire, you expect him to be happy, everything should be going smoothly for him. Like, you literally believe he doesn't have any problems.
Yeah.
So he coming out to say he has, he's going through a midlife crisis is like an eye-opener that, okay, at the end of the day, he's human.
Yeah.
He has emotions like the rest of us.
Yeah.
And I'm quite proud of him for actually opening up and saying this is what is going on. Because we see so many celebrities right now, they're going through depression, anxiety. They don't say it before, they commit suicide. So I think you opening up and telling the world that this is what I'm going through, I actually admire that from a person, and this is what should be said. Okay. And also going back to, did you hear of Taraji P. Henson, our new show?
Yeah.
That what made me really appreciate her and like, okay, this is what we need. The show is for Black people that are going through emotions like mental health and everything. You talk about it and they evaluate it and advise you. So I just feel this is the right way to go, and I'm proud of him for actually coming out and saying what's
Okay, so for me, I don't see it. See, I want to have this type of midlife crisis. With millions in my account, looking fit, not a pot belly man and all that. So I think he was just trying to let you know that, look, man, all of you talking about midlife crisis, this is exactly what it looks like. Look fit at 51 with a lot of money. Yeah, I may be single, but man, dude is looking good. So I want to have that type of midlife crisis. I don't know where you're coming from with, you can be a billionaire, you go, this guy ain't going through nothing.
You want to go through, but he feels like, okay, this is a problem. And
No. He said this is what it looks like. Okay. You understand? He's not trying to bring down he's not bringing out the negativity of midlife crisis.
Midlife crisis is a negative statement. There's no positive in midlife. There's nothing positive about a midlife crisis.
What midlife crisis looks like.
Yes.
Post a picture of himself.
It is a 51-year-old man who has his body on check, that is still single, that clearly wants a family. He's the one that said it, He's the one that said it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, my own point, I don't want to start putting meanings for somebody. What I got from the story, I think I have to agree with you 100%, Annie. I think for us that don't have billions of dollars in our accounts, most of the time I think that if I have that, I'll be a lot happier. So I think it's kind of like a sobering moment, like you said, like an eye-opener that you could have all of that and still have problems. So when these Buddhist people come and tell you that money is not everything, gratitude is what makes you happy, sometimes it's very like, whatever, bro, just give me $1 million and I'm sure I'll be really grateful. True. When you see things like that, I think you have to take them seriously, that happiness isn't really a destination. Isn't like when I get that millions or when I have this thing. Like
I get the millions and worry about my happiness
for a media personality, like Tyler Perry has everything that I would ever hope for. He has his own network. He has a space for his own network. He has fans. He has content. He has people who love his content. Like he's everything that you embody, especially in the media industry and stuff. So for me, I like the honesty. I like that he was even joking about it. I like that he's. I'm not saying that Tyler Perry is unhappy. He obviously has a lot going for him. He has his family, like he mentioned. Although he started with the midlife crisis, he still told us the things that he was grateful for. I'm still grateful for my children. I'm grateful that I have a nice body that's healthy, which is a good thing. Even myself, I cannot even say that I'm healthy. I'm not making a lot of efforts into building my body or whatever. So I like that he has all those things in check. But yes, he might still be going through his own thing. So to me, that balance was really nice and was really refreshing coming from him. It makes you understand that these people, even though they are where we are, some of us are trying to get to, they still have struggles, which makes me feel good about my struggles, sort of. But
it shows me that, man, when I'm 51, I want to post a picture and show you guys what midlife crisis looks like. Thank you.
You want to have this type of body too?
What?
You want to have the type of body too?
Come on, man. You want to take off my shirt on national TV?
If I'm seeing...
While 2020 was certainly a challenging year for everybody, Kylie Jenner and Kanye West found a way to capitalize, literally, more than any other celebrity, can I say in the world? Because Jenner, who's 23, and Kanye West, who is 43, who's married to her half-sister, Kim Kardashian, topped Forbes' annual list of highest paid celebrities for the year of 2020. So while we're going through coronavirus, losing jobs, struggling, having cut in our salary, Jenner easily topped the list with a whopping $590 million earned last year, while West came in a distant second with $170 million. The The bulk of Jenner's earning of the year came from the sales of 51% of her Kylie Cosmetics company to a publicly traded Coty. Then West obviously inked as a high-profile deal with sneaker maker Adidas, with new information about the deal convincing Forbes to brand him a billionaire. Adidas makes his Yeezy sneakers brand, with the company paying an annual royalty to the rapper for his sneakers. The Yeezy brands of sneakers earned a whopping $1.3 billion. Should I say that again? $1.3 billion in sales just in 2019 alone, with the rapper also owning his own Yeezus apparel line. So yeah, these people are swimming in money. They're in an ocean.
Can you adopt me, please? I think I can adopt. I can be
You're a 23-year-old girl to adopt you.
More, I don't mind.
I don't mind. Forget the age.
Hey.
I'll call her mommy. Moving on.
I think that sale was such a good idea for her, because there were already rumors. Obviously, we talked about this on the table so much. There was already a lot of rumors going on with her company and whether she was involved in some uncertain things, and whether or not her company was getting bankrupt, something like that. There was a lot of rumors about that, and then she sold it, which I think is a completely genius business strategy. I don't really know much about Kylie Jenner as a business mogul, and they don't really show that on on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, even though they show everything. They don't really show that. I don't know if it's her or her mom, or they have a team, but I have to give kudos to whoever branded and helped this girl's Kylie Jenner Cosmetics thing. Because Kylie Jenner Cosmetics is not a brilliant idea. It's not a $1 million idea. Every other kid on the block sells lip gloss, and I can tell you 1,000,001 YouTubers that sell lip gloss and sell eyelashes and freaking skin scrub thing that she did. But there was something about being really intentional with the privilege that she already has and really milking it to the top. There's a lot of people in her position that still don't have $1 million worth companies. So they're doing something right. And I have to give kudos to that. The little that I've watched, because I can't really stand that, to be honest, but the little that I've watched, it seems to be really, really hardworking and dedicated to her brand, and that's paying off. So congratulations to her on that. With West, that's another person that, it's kind of interesting because both of them have really interesting personal characters away from business. Well, Kanye West is somebody that has been ridiculed many times. Most people don't take him seriously, or they fear that he's toxic to the world, especially with his campaign and all of that. Yet and yet, with his bipolar disorder and his rumors about him and his wife living separate, like the list goes on of all the things that he's been through this year. Still, this man is making billions. So they're doing something right, and I think kudos to them.
Okay, about what you said earlier about there's so many people on the block selling lip gloss and everything. I think it's the Kardashian name that is helping our business to boom. Because if I come out now and Kylie Jenner, definitely they want to buy lip gloss from the person they know, the celebrity among them.
But you see, there has to be more than that, because Kourtney has the Kardashian name, and she sells baby whatever. She has this blog. I mean, the blog is doing really well. She has that blog and all of that, but she's not a billionaire. Kim Kardashian has Kimono. She has Dash, the clothing line that all three sisters own and everything. They have a lot of things that they're doing. The model, Jenner, they all have that Kardashian factor, but
do you think it depends on their fans too? Like maybe.
Of course, it has more to do with it. I mean, the Kim Kardashian privilege obviously has a part to play for sure, but I think there's more to it than just that.
All right, so basically for me, I just want to say big shout out to Kylie. When the old self-made billionaire thing came out, a lot of people came for it and said, you used your privilege because you're rich kid.
Self-made though.
Yeah, if it's one of them, actually. I don't want to call you out, but it's cool.
Not calling out, saving my full chest.
Self-made
I can't say it on TV.
Yeah, but when they say self-made, but I just like the fact that she was relentless, and she's still putting in the work, and you can actually tell, even though it was from a sale to Coty, right? It's also something that is very commendable when when your business will thrive better if you involve somebody else in it, and which is something she did, and I think it's a wise business move, and it's making her a whole lot of money, and I really like the effort she's putting into it, because a lot of people who are as privileged as she is, I can even use somebody from our family as an example who is not putting in so much work.
Who is that?
I don't want to call his name. Yeah, but there's a particular person in that.
You know her especially and had your gist.
No,
it's confidential. It's not something that you saw on the internet.
Yeah, it is about what we know about the internet, but I just don't want to rub it in. Do you understand? So yeah, if there's somebody from a family that you hardly know of anything about him or anything.
Are you ready to about it? There's only one him in the entire family. The other him is not.
It's not she. That's true. Alright, cool. Yeah, so you hardly hear nothing about the guy. So it's not like he's not putting in the work, but you just know that, man. This
is he's going through a lot, I think.
Yeah. This is a deliberate effort from Kylie to actually be the best she can be at what she does. And I'm really happy about that. So it's just like a motivation for a lot of people as well that, look, regardless of what you're going through, keep grinding, keep putting in that work, regardless of what people say. People will come for you. People will diss your privileges. People will diss your method of getting it. People will diss your ways of going about it. But stay relentless. As long as you're convinced within your heart that this is what I need to do, then keep pushing. Then back to Kanye West as well. Big shout out to Kanye West because it's not easy, to run for a presidential, even though it seemed like a joke at first, but dude voted for himself, and it's still something that will go down in history. He would always be regarded as a presidential candidate in America. And yeah, so big shout out to him. So that's somebody that has also showed that, man, resilience, being relentless at what you do, it can go a long way into making you who you want to become.
Okay, well, I agree with you right now. Even about Kylie Jenner, she's actually a very hardworking girl. She had a show one time on E!
Yeah.
Yes, and she did well down. And going back to what you said yesterday, about when you get to do what you love, you make the fullest out of it when we're talking about your risky. Yes, I think that applies to Kylie Jenner too.
Okay, wait. We've said congratulations to them, wonderful and great. They both have resilient spirits, which seems to be that's a common denominator of successful people, despite how crazy you are or whatever you stand for. But from your perspective, because I already know Ifez, we've had this conversation a million times. Do you think Kylie Jenner is self-made? Really quickly before we go on a break.
No, I don't think
so. Good. All right, that's how we are going to go on a quick break, but we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also influence peddlers.
You are sitting on Nigerians' money.
From the Babin, I pay my rent. From the Babin, I send my children to school.
A consultative engagement.
No any tangible notification before they ban us.
It's one thing for people to be at your back and the heat of the moment, and another thing for them to still be with you when push comes to shove.
I will do everything to take Lagos out of the national grid.
On Today with John and Helen, Charlie Boy will be talking about his family.
Family means that place that you run to when you're weather bitten by your environment and society. Family means everything. Family is one of the greatest masterpieces of God. When people start to question a lot of things that I do, I always smile because if they knew where I'm coming from, they wouldn't say some of the things that they say.
Join us this Saturday, 19th of December at 9 a.m.
Hello and welcome back to Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, channel 408. So we have a very, let's say, big tradition on making sure that we start a story and finish it, especially when there are updates and stuff. So I think this would be probably our last time kind of like talking about Tems and Omah, just to finalize the whole thing. So Tems and fellow singer Omah were arrested and arraigned in court by the Ugandan authorities, which placed a ban on such entertainment events. The singer was later freed, and now the singers are now later freed and back in Nigeria after efforts by the Nigerian authorities. What really stood out, obviously, what's his name? Omah has been quite vocal about the experience, while Tems has been silent. So I wanted to touch more on Tems, but Omah to also share his experience and kind of finalize the whole thing. So sharing her experience, which is Tems, she said, "This past week has been difficult but extremely eye-opening for me. I know some may have been worried, but despite everything, this experience has helped me see things for myself. While I was being detained, I met some amazing women and children, and my eyes were open to the strife and hurt a lot of women are going through. I am so blessed to have experienced the strength and bravery that these women possess to keep them going. I have a newfound compassion and desire to be more involved in making life easier for people such as these, no matter the circumstances." She explained that she believed all the necessary approvals had been fully met by the organizers to ensure a safe and compliant event in Kampala, and she wouldn't have put their fans at risk if she knew otherwise, which was always my assumption as well. But that was something that was really key for me, because I remember everybody, including the lawyer, the guest that we had on the show the other day, also stating the same thing too, that we can't just go to another person's country and break their rules, and that COVID is still in town. But I still felt like it was a very, I don't want to say lackadaisical way of like summarizing the whole thing, because we know that yes, there's COVID, but there have been events that have been approved by the NCDC based on your guidelines following the protocols of avoiding sharing the virus. I mean, there was a wedding where there was like maybe 15 people in the room, and there was like spaces and all that I attended, and there was Zoom for everybody else. So I know that it is possible to legally have an event in COVID. What I wasn't sure of was whether or not these guys were irresponsible in not finding out for sure if the guidelines were put in place. But it seems like Omah and Tems are saying that they actually went ahead to make sure that was on check, and they were under the impression that it was, and that Ugandan police and everybody was escorting them and all of that. So to me, this makes the story even more crazy as far as I'm concerned. That they absolutely don't even deserve any treatment that they received during this period, because they did what they were supposed to do. But I like also the part where she said, "I have eaten, guys," because I remember she was on an eating strike. But it's nice to know that they're back home.
Okay, going back to what from the beginning, I felt like the arresting Tems and Omah was totally unfair and unreasonable. I maintain the stance. And
really?
Yeah?
Go on.
Yes, it was totally unfair, because according to what I read from Omah and Tems, they assured them that all protocols were going to be followed.
Really?
It was.
Go on.
Fair.
Just go on.
Okay, they assured them that all protocols were going to be followed. Like, it's safe for you to come to Uganda. Even the police escorted them to where they were going to perform. So why are you arresting them and treating them, in Omah's words, like criminals? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Go on.
It's fair for the last time. And I also went on Twitter, one Nigerian actress, I don't remember her name, she was like, when she went to Uganda too, that her experience was almost similar, that anything she does, they were like, "You this Nigeria are so proud, you this Nigeria are so proud." So I don't understand, like, is there a personal beef between Nigeria and Uganda that we don't know? Because I don't understand why they're treating our celebrities like this. It doesn't make sense. Fair to you.
Go on. Okay. So I've been interrupting you because I can remember when the story broke. He said, I think it is totally irresponsible for Tems and Omah. Wait, hold up, I allowed you. You can do your own.
You don't allow how?
You don't allow me. I said you can. I said you can break in when I'm talking, but you are not allowed to speak. You cannot be doing your own side comments. It's okay. Make your side comments, but make your side comments. But let me speak where. So I can remember when the story started. It was totally responsible. I can do that. I can do that. Da 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 da. And I listened. Wait. And yes, so as the story developed, we all realized that, look, this and this is what might have gone down, and then everybody saw it from a different light. So which is why I'm very happy about this clarification from Thames and Omali for letting us know that, look, we were not irresponsible after all. We actually checked, we actually made sure, and we got the impression that it is safe and conducive for us to perform. So they played their part. They played a part of due diligence to make sure that everything was in check.
When the story first broke, what side were you on? Because there are two sides on this table. There was one side that everybody should have take their own responsibility of finding out, and then there was the part where they didn't do anything wrong and they blah 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 blah. Which one were you on?
There was a part where I said that, look, what we should be trying to find out is the information where we are not.
No, I remember your part. You said every country has a law. You read that.
No, that was the second day. The first day.
Nothing much happened the second day, Ife. They got arrested. The first day they were detained.
I'm telling you about the second day because that was when. Yes.
Okay, Ife, your stance was that what exactly?
But you're here with me. How can you don't remember?
I say again now.
Say it again.
Okay. So my stance is that, look, we're not privy to the information of how this guy traveled, what were the terms of their traveling conditions. So it is unfair to be saying that it is irresponsible for them to be until we have such information.
Okay, so yeah, you thought that they were not, they didn't need to be held accountable for anything.
I thought the organizers were the ones to be questioned.
All right.
Well, that was my stand. And then from this clarity I'm getting from them, I think yes, I was on their side because at the end of the day, they showed you that.
I mean, you guessed right. Okay, my point was that when you were addressing to Eniola and you said, and she was saying that they were responsible, they should hold responsibility for whatever, which is where I was on your side as well the first time. Holding responsibility for somebody's actions does not always equals getting arrested. You can be held responsible without arresting somebody. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to let everybody involved in an act be held responsible. What I would have thought, like everywhere else in the world, look at Rita Ora, who has been in the news. I don't know, we haven't really covered the story. She's been in the news more than 3 times for 3 different events that they have either backlashed at her, telling her that she's wrong, and that, persecuting her for involving herself in an event that was, dangerous, or her birthday, another event, whatever. You also mentioned Justin Bieber one time. Yeah, all of them, not one person was arrested. They'll either share their proceedings, the money that they earned to a charity of the government's choice, or they will give it to the police or whatever. So when we say that, or let me say me, let me not speak for you, Annie. When I say that somebody has to own up to a responsibility, does not mean that I'm saying that the Uganda government has a right to put you in handcuffs. But anyway, it is fine because they have all been released. And Thames is eating, and Omale is fine.
You just asked me a question and you just took over.
I asked you a question because I wanted to say my point, which I have. If you want to say something, go ahead.
No, go on. I'm just saying that, look, in as much as you want to blame these guys, now they have come out to tell you people.
Blame these guys. I'm not blaming them. I'm explaining what we meant by the first time we talked about.
I'm not talking about you now.
Okay, you
don't
said
make
you.
it personal.
You literally said you.
I said as we want to blame. I said we. Are you we? Is your name we?
Did he say we or said you?
He said me. He was facing me.
I was facing you? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't even know who I'm speaking to.
Just speak proper English, let's be clear. If you say we, is it collective you? Is it Eniola and Ife? Is it the whole world?
Yeah, that was just
that made the concept virtual and not actually going to Uganda. But that doesn't excuse the way Uganda police treated Thames.
And can we have some faith in the Nigerian government? They shall pull their weight. Okay.
They try.
Some American.
At the end of the day, big shout out to Thames and Omale. But the most powerful speech for me was for Thames. So there's some times that you need to experience certain things. And I'm looking forward to new music from these guys because I want to believe that they've seen the world from a different perspective entirely. And then when this new music comes out, I want to believe it's something that we will be, that it would influence.
I'm pretty sure for Thames.
So big shout out to the both of them. I'm glad they're home. And for every other celebrity that wants to, travel for a concert, a DNW concert.
Triple check.
Triple check. So in as much as the organizers tell you that, everything is in check, of course they want their show to be successful. They will tell you anything you need to hear at that moment not to cancel the trip.
Yeah.
You understand? So just make sure you are sure about it. Send me documents. Can I see it? Who signed it? Is it do you understand? Yeah, those are the things you need to do. So big shout out to Thames and Omale.
Alrighty, let's go on a quick music break like I already mentioned. It's time for some dance.
Why?
You have to copy that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I got the game. Stone boy. Come to show them my grind. Here we don't copy our up today. Nobody can stop we now. See the love what we get, it just the elevate. Virus can't catch me now. See my software, it be up to date. Girl, you look so cool. Make me wanna give you all and more. I feel your love so true. Woman, that's all I'm looking for.
Fine, baby. Fine, baby. I know go 59, now you dey craze me. Fine, baby. Fine, baby. I know go 59, now you dey craze me.
Come on. You got to know, say, now make me your come on. Oh.
Come on. Say you don't know, say now make me your come on.
Oh, come on. You got to know, say, now make me your come on.
Oh. You give me better, I go take, I'm full. I meet your papa, you go meet mine too. Them no give blessing, we go wrong, go hood. The thing they do me like a deja vu. You give me better, I go take, I'm full. I meet your papa, you go meet mine too. Them no give blessing, we go wrong, go hood. The thing they do me like a deja vu. Fine, baby. I know go 59, now you dey craze me. Fine, baby. I know go 59, now you dey craze me.
Come on. You got to know, say, now make me your come on. Oh.
Come on. Say you don't know, say now make me your come on.
No. Alright then again, wine for me now. Baby, wine for me now. Good old, wine for me now. Wine for me, wine for me. Oh, come on. You got to know, say now make me your come on. Oh.
Why you laugh on me face? Why you look at me like that? You have to copy that. Yeah, man, copy that. It's Kelpie vibes.
Give me something I can't deny. Your body no dey lie. When I text girl, you don't reply. Oh girl, you don't reply. Give me something I can't deny. Something I can't deny. Oh my gosh, say your body bad. Oh girl, your body. Oh my baby Jolene. Say you be promise me, say you no go leave. Oh nah, yeah. Say before we dey medical. Oh my baby, I cool. Now you don't get my time. Oh, I did that for you. I did that. Oh no, I did that for you. I did that. Oh no, girl, I lie for you. Give me special loving, baby, I'll die for you. You know, no. Oh, girl, I'll ride for you. And if it's not enough to die, girl, I'll live my life for you. No. Oh, my baby Jolene. Say you be promise me, say you no go deep. Oh, nah, yeah. Say before we dey medical. Oh, my baby, I cool. Now you don't get my time. Oh, I did that for you. I did that. I did for you. Oh no, I did that for you. I did that. I did for you. Oh no, I did reply. Oh girl, you don't reply. Give me something I can't deny. Something I can't deny. Oh my gosh, say your body bad. Oh girl, your body bad. I did for you, babe. I did for you, babe. I'm on the top, baby. I'm on the top, baby. Oh, I did for you, babe. I did for you, babe.
Hello and welcome back. This is still tea time. I hope you enjoyed the music break as much as we did. Yes, there was a lot of dancing going on here, but let's just move on to the next conversation that we have lined up in store. So Nigerian superstar Paul Okoye alias Rude Boy has taken to social media to dish out an important advice, very crucial advice ahead of January, owing to expenses made during Christmas festive periods that usually amounts to money drought in January. The singer advised that folks save towards that period to avoid stories that used to touch the heart. He wrote in his Insta story, please save for January to avoid calling innocent people fake friends and then stingy people as well. And nothing hits harder than that, to be honest. But yeah, are you guys planning on emptying the bank this Christmas?
Emptying. Is it not who has money that is to empty back? What is the account is already empty?
That's it.
Personal experience, I've learned I'm not doing dirty December for myself this year. I'm good. I'll stay between my budgets. Thank you. Okay. I'm not emptying the bank. Thank you.
If you have money, stop pretending.
I did there for you. I did there. Allah. Let's have a sanitized December together because this December is so going to be. We're going to wash our hands to stay sanitized. We're not doing anything.
Social distancing from every club association.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like we're not doing anything dirty at all.
Holy December.
Whole sparkling. Sparkling clean. You know that?
Yeah.
Like, no, this December. Yeah, but basically, right, I like what Paul is saying because, man, for those of you, I think somebody will invite you on Christmas Day to come and eat rice and chicken. People are thinking now, they don't want COVID for their family. They also want to save their money because we all know, even the rich have also, some people are bargaining money, but imagine, okay, somebody that made 590 million in COVID, imagine there was no COVID. Imagine how much they would have made, right? So, yeah, we know that in as much as we want to see that people are cashing out. Now, there's so much that could have been done, you know, if traveling was allowed, even a lot of people were able to make income on the side without being scared of the sectors and you know, the restrictions that was being placed worldwide. So yes, I think it's safe for you. It's safer for you to think about the future because we never expected 2020 to be this way. So I think this year has taught us that look, tomorrow day. Save for the rainy day. A lot of people just leave like, look, it's gonna be all right. You don't know what tomorrow is gonna bring. You might be like, yeah, 2021 is the year. 2021 they will come up with another one. 2022, God forbid. But I'm just saying,
God forbid.
Just in case.
COVID is not going to be. Well, we're going to say COVID will be there in 2022.
It can be.
No, stop
It
that.
can be rubbing. It can be rubbing.
It's finishing. It's finishing. Anyway, obviously, then that means
I never expected COVID, so
no one did.
Look, they say.
No, well, we can do better than 2022.
Pray for the best, expect the worst.
Vaccine is already out. They're taking shots in the UK. Relax.
Did you see when people came out to in the UK protesting against the vaccine?
Oh, dude, they've been protesting from vaccines since eternity. Even polio, that Buhari just told us that the country is free from polio because every Nigerian apparently has gotten polio vaccine, whatever. People still protest against polio vaccine. People protest against vaccines. Period.
Worldwide.
Yeah. So anyway, I think
I agree, but at the end of the day, you never know what's gonna happen. So I'm not even gonna tell you that don't enjoy your Christmas. I'm not gonna say don't enjoy your celebratory mood and all that, but always be wise. If your budget last year was 1 million, can you keep it to 500K this year? Do you understand? Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I guess it's clearly talking to me then, because if you say save for January, I need to hear that because I'm a nonsense spender. Especially when it comes to Jai. Oh my gosh. I don't even need to wait for Christmas before I start already like spending on pleasure. I really am a pleasure spender, no cap.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really hesitate to do that.
Yeah, because
January,
it's on
March,
life, man.
April.
YOLO.
Do you understand?
So
The only
during Black
thing is-
Friday, you were going all out.
No, I didn't actually. I don't know why. Black Friday just missed me. I don't know why. Oh, actually, I know why. I know
When you say
why.
going all out on Black Friday, what do you mean?
Black Friday,
I
there
know
was
so many people that were just
like
buying
50% off,
during
25% off.
Black Friday.
No, some of us don't wait for Black Friday.
And Black Friday is not really jaye, to be honest.
We
I think
buy
my own
when
is
we
jaye,
want to
not
buy.
If you
phones
buy
and-
too much, that you can bust you anyhow, sure.
I'm not about.
Some people are just buying on
We're not
impulse.
talking
Like,
about
they don't really do
goods.
it.
We're talking
know
about
what
jaye,
jaye
jaye.
is?
We're talking
Okay,
about
sorry,
Black
sorry.
Friday.
She
Sorry.
doesn't know. She goes
You think that,
home and watches Netflix, and then she
So
tells
Netflix will tell you that to stream now, they will reduce something.
Wow, nice job.
I think we're talking about jaye, jaye. We're talking
I'm
about
sorry.
what?
Okay, I'm
See,
sorry.
even Blue Friday does not exist.
And do you
anymore.
understand? Like, I can hold my money for adverts online, but once you take me out and I see the menu, I see drinks, whatever.
You see what you like, you eat it. You see what you want, you
Or you
drink
see a
it.
new restaurant, whatever. I mean, like, bro.
Check it out.
Come on, really? So I feel like he's
Life is
talking.
not that deep.
Honestly, it's really not. But I feel like he's
really
talking
not
to
that
me. The
deep.
only thing is, I would never, and I've never borrowed money and say, oh, I need or whatever.
And guess what? Guess what? People like us, right, that live like that, one way or the other, it keeps coming back.
Yes.
You don't know how.
Absolutely.
But you see those ones they keep out for bank account. Say, see, that money is what remains in your account. But you see, when you spend it, you'll be motivated to grind and get it back.
I swear, no cap. And
No
I think
cap.
I'm also surrounded by people that if I start saying, hey, guys, I'm broke. Hey, guys, I'm okay if I take something. So I'm always lucky
Hey, where are my
enough
friends?
not to say
You should know
like,
yourself,
oh,
though.
please.
Where are
stay
my
out
friends,
of
though?
line.
Because
You don't have to go with my auntie or my mom or something. It's not a big deal. Okay, maybe some friends, but I have those around me. And those ones, God used to send them to me at like close to it is finished.
Big shout out to my mama as well, because even as old as
family
I
as
am, you
well.
get when I'm always no, she will not say if she will say if I take, I'll be like, mommy, I know you
Don't
and
worry about it.
don't bother about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. It's the split.
Okay, when I'm drinking tea.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. So big shout out to our parents, man. Regardless of how old you get, they still trying to show you support.
Yeah.
So even though I've been rejecting for a while, you get me. I still know that
At least there's somebody
and then
there.
I can call.
Yeah.
And then
It makes you confident. It makes you confident that I'm not alone. I'm not walking alone. Like, even if worst case, which is really irresponsible, we shouldn't get to zero. But worst case, whatever happens, life happens, it gets to zero. I'm still not walking alone. It's not as if I will not have food to eat tomorrow or whatever. So that is
because
really
you know that you have backbone. You know, even when poop hits the fan, there's always someone there for you. Yeah,
absolutely.
So big shout out to the family.
Yeah, definitely. But also, I think the latter part is obviously not for. I'm hoping it's not for this table because we don't do such. But for those who now use that opportunity to go and be insulting people, putting pressure on them, I don't know anyone like that actually. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where
you're so dependent on people.
Someone will ask me. No, somebody will ask me, "Oh, I need money," which can happen. Yes, I've had friends who ask me, but if I say I don't have, or whatever, there's not a lot of pressure for me to, and they start calling me names. So obviously, for him to say what he said, they exist. So if you're watching that one, Paul has told you.
Ife is really nice as well. You know, when you tell Ife you don't have, Ife will be like, okay, is that where I can help? But wait, Sha don't pass your deadline of payback.
That's my own. That's my own.
Just pay back when you say you're paying back.
I love integrity. Like, I love it. I like when you say this is what it is. Like, I have a friend, you probably know the stuff I'm about to throw. I have a friend, I couldn't stand this girl's guts. And then we fought and everything. And she outrightly told me, like, listen, I don't like your guts. And I was like, fam, I don't like your guts. And since then, we're like best friends. Because I am down for people like that. I want to be able to sleep knowing I know who exactly you are. And I'll take it. But not the one that I'll say, you come to me really humble. Oh, I need this thing. Before you know it, now capital letters. What is it? Can I just ask I'm not doing any of that. If not, but I don't mind helping out. But yes, please, don't ask people, don't put people under pressure. I think there's a lot of jayes like us out there that wouldn't have enough to help. Like, baby, you're not part of it. You're not part.
You are Black Friday.
Yeah. There's people like us that would have spent a lot of our money. So we wouldn't have enough to give to you. Please don't take it personally. We're not stingy. We're not fake. Just try and save up your money. At least hold maybe even if it's 50K. Just go and lock it in piggy bank or something in your column. Just lock it away now. And then enjoy your Christmas.
Colo. I have Colo.
Okay, really quickly, last thing before we go on to
You don't have
it's time
Colo?
to play a game.
Okay.
Better have Colo.
Have Colo somewhere, even if it's a friend,
There are rainy days when you break
account.
that
I
and
use
you'll
this
be
piggy
grateful.
bank verse. You know about
Sis,
it now.
Yeah.
I say use Colo.
I've heard you. I'll get
There's
Colo
extra
after the
change
show.
that
Okay,
you
before
always
we
put
quickly
in
go,
Colo.
I want everyone to just say one advice on how to manage money this January. I can go first.
Okay, go first.
I think for me, because I'm also a big shopper for clothes, try and find, I know it's not really common here in Nigeria, and people have stupid pride for a country that were also broke. Try and find thrifted outfits. Thrifted outfits are online. There is like a whole industry of it on Instagram, especially, where they have really good clothes that are nice
very
and
affordable.
edgy, but they're like, you know, thrifted and they're cheaper. So if you're, I know they struggle to look nice and to have a picture you upload on Christmas so you can look nice. Don't go and use that one to then buy one 18,000 naira nonsense piece of fabric that they'll advertise on Instagram. So look for thrifted things. Try and be more creative. If you want to do DIY for something, go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Okay, my own advice is prioritize your needs before you get something.
Hey,
Black Friday.
Black Friday.
I think I just have to be
Okay, sorry.
Prioritize your needs.
Yeah,
Buy Black Friday.
Anyhow, I hate you, friend. Anyhow, yeah. Okay, like I said, prioritize your needs. Before you get something, don't buy on impulse. Make a decision. Do I really need this thing? Know when to get it. Should I get it? Would I need it in the long run? So I just feel prioritize what you want and get what you really need. That's just it.
For me, borrow people with integrity money. Borrow them. Right
But with
now,
integrity, with
I've
your full chest.
I've been calling since last week and I've been retrieving my money.
Okay, good.
Do you understand? Yeah, I'm more like a loan shark now. Because there are people that are owing me money.
Kill me, please.
See, borrow them. When they ask, borrow. Just put some extra on top.
Yeah, just
So
say,
that-
thank you
yeah.
so much, I appreciate it.
Yeah. So you tell them, like, okay, if I'm giving you this 20K now, I share your paper with 22. 20, those 2,000 naira, they mean a lot too. Because by the time you collect from everybody here and there wisdom. Don't leave me.
Think
Don't
about
leave me.
it. Okay,
But
guys,
wait,
let's move
where
on.
you are
Let's
going to
take
be
it to
wrong
Phil.
is when you borrow somebody, then you start calling them and they change number on you. That one is the hardest. They will go and chase you. I'm speaking from no cap. I'm speaking from experience.
Oh my gosh, is this an advice or I don't even know, like misleading now. I don't even know what to tell you.
That's why I said, remember where I started with people with integrity.
That's key. It is key. Anyway, game time, people. I don't know if you know this. I would rather. So I'll ask you a bunch of questions and you tell me which you would rather do. Okay, so shall we go? We'll have to explain why we rather, but really quickly because time is going out and we can try and do as many as possible. And guys, if you're watching and you're sitting with that next to that lovely person, please go ahead to also have this conversation. I just want us to round up the show with a little looseness and to stir up conversation amongst you guys. So please, you know, if you're with somebody now that you're trying to check or whatever, I've just basically wingman for you virtually. So thank me later. Anyway, would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go into the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren? You go.
I think I'll go to the future to meet my great-great-grandchildren.
Okay.
I'll go to to meet my ancestors to get more knowledge.
Me too, same. Okay. Would you rather have more time or more money?
More time.
More money because sometimes with money,
more money, guys. Leave time out there.
It's more money than time.
You see,
give me less time, more money because with more money, I know what I'll do. I'll make the time worth the while.
Bro, and I struggle with procrastination. Can you give me more time? And I honestly don't have that money, so please. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
Rewind.
Definitely.
Man, rewind, pause. Rewind. Definitely.
Yeah, rewind.
What am I pausing?
There's some things I need to rewind to, and I'll just be like,
let's keep it moving. Yeah, there's some decisions that you have to rewind to and change it because
it.
you know the outcome.
Yeah.
You know what will if you
See,
can
the
change
thing
it.
I'm dealing with this morning, if I had this question, I would have taken rewind and I've gone to where I started from, so I'll not be
And we will
where I
get to
am
fast
today.
forward to see what's going to happen.
Fast forward would also be nice. Would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak all foreign languages?
Talk to animals.
All foreign languages
Talk to
because
animals.
I rather want to speak all foreign languages because when I travel, do you know the benefits that come with all languages?
If I can speak English in this thing, my English is okay. I'll
Please,
now
is my dog
control.
going to put money
Do you
in
know
my
the
account?
first thing I'm going to say?
What do they know about money?
The
Me, I'm
first
all
thing-
about my money. Oh.
The first thing I'm going to say is mosquitoes, guys.
Hey,
Don't
when
bite
you're about to
me.
say, what?
Ever. 2, cockroaches go to my enemies' house. Infest their kitchen. 3, rats. Oh my gosh, I don't want to ever see you again.
If I were
All
to
the way.
live, where do you
And
live?
then
Look at all the animals you've called.
Because I see
that,
them
and you talk to
everywhere
animals.
I
Yeah,
go.
where do you live?
The only thing that will work in my house, that I've just said, is mosquitoes. Thankfully. But I still see rats. I don't want to embarrass my company like that, but I still saw right in front of the office. Anyway.
In front of the office, yeah, not inside.
No, not inside. I don't want to see them, is what I'm saying. And I just think it to be really beautiful to be able to talk to animals and imagine being in the wild, talking to like a lion, like having a
Imagine planning
convo
a
with the
revenge with
snake.
someone.
Oh, my-
Ejo, wait, kí ló máa ṣe fún mi?
Can you stop thinking about...
Would you rather win a lottery or live twice as long?
Lottery. No, live once.
Lottery.
Lottery, what am I doing longer? How big? It's life. You can end, please. It's okay. Would you feel worse if no one showed up to your wedding or to your funeral? Which one would you feel worse for?
My funeral, of course.
Dude, you'll be dead. Like, you're not going to feel anything.
You're not gonna feel a thing though. No, but at the end of the day, it speaks a lot about you. I can remember a man in my neighborhood who died back then, and then this guy was a very, he's like a philanthropist. He used to give to the less privileged and all that. And when this guy died, for some weird reason, nobody showed up at that cemetery apart from his family. And then I was like, okay, so this guy gave all the could, and then still no one showed up. So yeah, it's quite sad. It's because a lot of people spoke about it then. Then I started bringing up different theories saying that he's
Why
a
he's not
ritualist,
right,
he's this, he's that, he's that. So let people show up. Even if you don't like me, please come. Just come.
Come and say a few words.
Let them feel like I'm loved, even if I'm not.
But I think it will pay me more if you don't come to my wedding. Like, who am I getting involved with?
My wedding is between myself. My wedding is between myself and my wife. As long as my wife is happy, that's all that matters. I really don't
think
care
your wife
about
will
who
be happy
shows
if
up.
nobody showed up for a wedding.
Well, then it speaks a lot about her too, because nobody
does,
will show
it
up from
speaks
my
a
side.
lot.
Yeah, about the
it
both.
speaks a lot
So
about
yeah,
her.
it takes two to tangle on that
Okay.
one.
Would you rather lose your vision or your hearing?
None of the above.
None of the
Would you rather?
Would you rather?
Playing games with ideas can be so difficult. Would you rather, hypothetically speaking? For me, it's my hearing. I want to see. I can't imagine just chilling in the dark.
The world is too
all
beautiful
day,
not to see.
every day.
The world is too beautiful not to see.
And I'll just learn sign language.
Okay,
You know,
I'll
like
use my hearing too. Yes.
Okay,
I'll
so
choose
would
my
you
sides.
rather work more hours per day but fewer days, or work fewer hours per day but more days?
Of course, more hours, fewer days.
Yes.
Because it's time to
Standard.
rest.
If I want to play, let me play. And I love being a couch potato. Let me just know that's what I'm doing the whole day. Would you rather listen to music from the 90s, 70s rather, or the music from today?
Of course, you. Old soul. Yeah, but for me, of course, this is not even a question for me, man. I listen to everything, but yeah, because I'm a 80s baby, so yeah.
Something
that's-
about
I
old
actually
school
say
music
today,
that puts you in the vibe.
I mean, if I would rather, I really love classic, but I think I'd rather listen to
No,
music
I
today.
don't listen to
I
old
don't know.
school,
I
because
just,
a lot of today is just
I don't know. The music on my playlist right now.
You on the class, they talk about emotions,
Bro,
you feel it.
do you know how much good music there is out there today? Let's
Yeah,
not play.
a lot.
Hey, please.
It's harder to find good music from
There
today.
is quite a lot of people. I can
It's
think about
harder to
a
find
lot
good
of
music
people.
today.
Jessie
But
J,
I can tell you that
the sound of Alicia Cara, of Michael Jackson, nah, I'm good. I'll listen to today. Thank you. Would you rather become someone else or just stay you? Final question.
I love me.
What?
Become somebody else or stay you?
I don't even understand that question because I'll be me all my life. Like I don't even get that. That question is it's not relatable to me. Like with somebody else.
I don't know. I think I would like to become someone else. I don't know.
For
not
what?
that I have a problem with who I am, but if I had a choice,
Can I be Dangote for a day?
you understand? Like I want to be like I don't know, the Pope of France or something that I know that I would never be able to experience. Like I want to be in like a different body, like a different life or something.
No, if it comes to what you may never be able to experience, of course, I would like to become the president of the United States.
Yeah, I would like to have that much power, or like be a monk that sits in the ocean.
Because I know that's quite impossible.
Like, would you want to be? I just want to be able to experience that. No cap. Anyway, Sha, well, we are not going to change, and we are here. We cannot rewind. We don't have.
So nobody wants to be me for a day.
No, pass.
Thank you, guys. That is a wrap on today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed those games with your loved ones and argue it out. Yes, ask them why they chose what they chose. Join the conversation on social media with the hashtag #TeaTime or Twitter.com/TV Africa. Remember that you can catch up on our previous episodes, obviously including this one, and all of our exclusive content with our exclusive guests and exclusive tea that they used to drop at +TV Africa. You can also watch Tea Time on RTTV and in London on Ben Television. A big thank you go out to my special co-anchors Ifeolu Oshike and Eniola, and of course the entire production team, and to you guys for always staying tuned. Shout out to you. My name is Ife Omai, signing out with Lilia Melo's video.
This is Plus Politics on Plus TV Africa.
There were a lot of men, but they chose me.
Parties in Nigeria, they're simply platforms of convenience for people to go and aspire for power.
If you were not awarded a contract, then why are you coming here that you are aware?
Let me explain. No, it's okay. Some people have also accused you of talking too much.
Even if I say things, people like Obasanjo should tell us, don't say that. Not that Obasanjo will be saying, and it is us that will be carrying cake to go and say, Obasanjo, stop that.
If you have your family issues, you don't discuss them in the marketplace.
Those who will take over governance after the exit of the military will be mindful of the economic deprivation of our people.
Will the cost of governance ever be reduced?
Census good, but timing has to be right.
The people who are getting the palliative right now may be the wrong people because we do not have data.
Plus Politics, 7 p.m. Mondays to Fridays on Plus TV Africa.
He was a Nigerian army, fought Boko Haram terrorists, loved his job as a military man, but somehow ends up in prison and now an ex-convict.
It is very easy to get into maximum security prison, but it's difficult to come out. I got there as a result in the cost of my job, as a result of my job. It's not that maybe I commit, I am not a criminal, I did not commit in any way, but in the cost of my job, I found myself there. I'm a soldier, I'm a military personnel. I serve in Plateau State. 2013, we have a call to move to Maiduguri in order to chase away those bad elements called Boko Haram. We're there with the battalion I went with. We moved from one place to another, chasing away the Boko Haram, fighting a lot of them. Many of my mates were killed. Many of my classmates were killed. Even myself, it is God on my side. So there's a particular attack we were supposed to go September 12, 2013. We went for the attack and we lost 38 of our men in that very attack. So where we come back from the attack, you know, the commander came. The commander, that was the brigade commander. The brigade commander came around to address us. So in the course of his address, then I asked him a question. And the question, after his address, I raised up my hand and he granted me permission to ask him my question. And I asked him a question, sir, what happened? Those things that you promised that we'll go to the battlefront with, the weapon, the support weapon, the Alpha jets, the artillery guns that we'll go with. What happened that we did not see them? And you know, the man was giving a response. He said, you see, it is the Air Force that failed him. It is the Air Force they used to fail him. And you know, soldiers already, they knew that it is not true. How can the Air Force fail? So in the course of that, soldiers were angry. Some soldiers were shooting to the air from the rear. Then he left the parade. He left. So after a month later, they came to call me that what do I know about the incident that happened on September 14. And I wrote. So after a while, after a while, some issues happened in Maiduguri town that they said some soldiers shoot at the GOC, at the commander. So they get those ones arrested. So I don't know what happened. After a while, our own battalion commander, before you know, they just push us forward that we also have a similar case like that. And before you know, we're taken from one detention to another. We're detained in Maiduguri for like 8 months. After a while, we moved from Maiduguri to Kaduna. After a while, we moved from Kaduna to Abuja for court martial. That was when Femi Falana came and stood for us at the court martial. And the court martial was held. They gave the judgment 24th December 2014, and we're given death sentence. We're given death sentence, and after that, after the death sentence, we moved from there to underground detention in Apapa, in Lagos here in Apapa. So we're there in 2016. They moved us to Kirikiri prison.
And the journey into uncertainties began, from being tossed to detention camps to finally landing into Kirikiri prison and the big pronouncement of sentencing. Death sentence, as law prescribed, was his reward.
You know, while we are still waiting, you know, after the death sentence judgment pronunciation, you know, in the course of the judgment, there is a saying the court president said. He said this judgment is subject to confirmation. And you know, in the army, you know, there's something they call confirmation. So, you know, they will have to go, the legal department will have to go and check the judgment. How was it? How heavy it is? Is it okay? Or that. So, in the course of checking and all that, the confirmation came for death sentence, for 10 years imprisonment. So the death sentence was reversed, was cancelled. So it was now 10 years in imprisonment. So it was the 10 years imprisonment that our lawyer has to go and appeal. You know, in the course of the case, though he appealed the death sentence, where it was dragged to right left center, they checked it and they reversed it to 10 years imprisonment.
And faced with fears, pain and confusion on the home front, his wife and children are left with the impact.
It all started 2013 when he left the house for Maiduguri for this Boko Haram issue. Well, then I was even pregnant for my baby, Divine, before he left. So, unfortunately, before leaving the house, then it was Mali that they said they are going for a peace-keeping operation. That was the plan before they left the barracks then. So, but later, we now heard that they now diverted their movement to Maiduguri. It was shocking then that, how come Mali to Maiduguri? Why did they change the whole thing? But unfortunately, when they now got to Maiduguri, for some months, we now lost contact. So I was all alone with the children. So, before you know it, I will see some soldiers coming back home. And we ask, go for visits. I don't like remembering it. I will go for visits. I will ask, what about my husband? I've not been hearing from him. What is keeping him or something like that? Some of them will keep it. They will not say anything. They will just say, Madam, just be praying. That Maiduguri is hot. So they just gave some of us pass to come home. I said, okay. Like that, until I gave birth. We started writing letter. Like when we are in secondary school doing boyfriend and girlfriend stuff. This letter will be using to communicate. When anybody come, I heard that somebody came from Maiduguri. I'll quickly carry biro and paper. I will write letter. Please, Oga, if you go, if you see my husband, let me give am. Say I don't born, no, we are okay. The baby is okay. All of us, we are fine. Before I will get reply for that letter, it may take 4 months or 3 months before I will get a reply. So we have been living our life like that. After then, they said they are moving them to Abuja. They moved them to Abuja. Before you know it, they said they should go and sentence them to death. I said, sentence to death. That December, it was not easy. Me and my children, my pastor, I went to him. I went to my pastor. I said, Pastor, okay, he's the one that called my pastor. I said, my pastor should know how he will pass the message across to me that he don't know how he will tell me. My pastor now called me and told me that, oh, this is what is going on, oh, but we know that God is able to reverse any word spoken. And I said, amen. I was in my pastor's place in Jos, Pastor Bayo. That was the place me and my children, we did our December. We were in his place. I stayed with him for almost 2 weeks before I now moved back to the barracks. So when they say they sentenced them to death, they stopped paying us salary. There was no means of how to pay the children's school fees or how to feed. So Hannah said, okay, and I was not doing anything there because when my husband was around, he is not the type that will let you to stress. He won't. So I was at home. When I go to church, if anybody sees me, then I start telling them that they've stopped paying us salary. We have not been receiving salary for some months. Some self did not even believe. But we thank God that God has just been faithful by them. People around will help us. One of my husband's friends, Mr. Dave Flourish, now asked us to come down to Lagos. Since we don't have any family over there at Jos, that we should come down to Lagos. So I was like, coming down to Lagos, how are we going to cope? What about my children's school? Who will help me with the school fees? My husband just said that I should just come. So we came down. When we came, I was going to his place. When the man, if he sees us in the church, every week he will be giving us 5,000 naira. Every week he will give us 5,000. Whenever we go to Bible study or faith clinic, he will give us 5,000 naira that week. So that's what we will use and feed ourselves, do whatever we want to do. He got us an apartment in Ekutu there. We were staying there. The man really tried. He now enrolled my children to school. All of them, they are going to school. He's the one paying their school fees and paying the house rent. It was later when we now start going to the church that he also attend this Abiding Word Evangelical Ministry. Our pastor there now said that the place we are coming from to church that is far and we'll be crossing the express with the children, that is not comfortable with it, with the wife. That's how they now get us another apartment that we should be staying here. And all of them, they've been trying. Clothing, they will pack clothes for my children. They will give them everything, food, indomie, rice, red oil, granite oil, just name it. That's how they will be giving to us. They will ask us, are we okay? If there's anything that we need, I should not be shy, I should speak out. So at times I will not talk, at times I will meet, I will say to, please ma, I need so thing, please, I need, they will give me. And to the glory of God, today, when I came to Lagos, I was like, this is how we'll just sit down and be looking. So, and I decided to be making a pop-off and buns. So it's that pop-off and buns that I've also been using to support the children, to support ourselves. Every morning I will wake up, dress them for school, make my buns and take it to that. I took it to a pure water factory. I'll go and sell it there, egg roll, pop-off buns. I'll be making it my children's school. I go there too. I supply them some. They will sell for us.
But then there was a legal turnaround and Ayomide became a free man again.
So by God's grace, 30th of May 2019, the Court of Appeal discharged me and my casemate. That very fateful day, in fact, it's a wonderful day. I can't even forget it. That day I was in the bakery working from morning, around 4 o'clock in the evening. One of my casemates just ran to me that, guess what? I said, what? That the appeal court has discharged us. I was thinking it's a joke. So that was how it happens. Then we find a way to get across to our lawyer, and our lawyer says the same thing, that truly the appeal court at Abuja has discharged and acquitted us.
That fateful day, when after servicing the Thursday evening, let me even say night, because I still went to a close-by market to go and get flour. My flour is finished in the house, so I said, let me go and get flour. I came back that night. We were ready to sleep when I heard a knock at the door. Who is that? Somebody now said, it's him. You, by this time, what do you want? It was like he's feeling hungry, that his wife did not give him food. Who are you? He now said, that he's feeling hungry. Me, I should come and open this door. And I said to her, be patient, I'm coming. So I said, we opened the door. And I said that I saw that Mr. Ade Flourish park his car. He would rest on it. And I said, hope no problem. He now said nothing, that I should come, he wants to see me. I said, by this time, around after 11 to 12, by this time, I said, hey, just how she could see you. He said, no, no, that I should come, they want to see me. So I just step like this and peep. Lo and behold, I just saw him by the fence. I shouted, I was happy. People around, they came out, mother, what's happening? And I don't understand. So I was so happy. I thank God that God brought him back.
Now an ex-convict, and a thankful one at that, he relieves the experience, sharing what he learned while being incarcerated.
I do thank God for passing through jail, because there are a lot of things I learned while I am there. I don't think there is any university in the world that can learn what I learned there, or what I learned in the prison. I don't think there's any in university. There are a lot of things that I learned there. Number one, I learned how that, in this world you got to know how to manage very well. And it is only in that place you understand how to worship God very well, how to get close to God, how to praise God. It is only in that place you know how to praise God. And in that place you understand that while you're in a free world, there are things you take for granted that you don't supposed to take for, particularly for security aspect. So there are things many of us take for granted, and the people take advantage of them. There are things we all need to put in place, put a measure of security, and but due to maybe because we are not exposed to the criminals, we are not exposed to people who engage in this business, so we just take them for granted. But it's not easy. It is not easy. Sometimes they might want to come up to make fun of we, the soldiers. Like, you guys call yourselves soldiers. Yes, we know they will be saying they know that they are criminals, but we will call ourselves the soldier. But now, the soldiers and criminals are in the same place. Sometimes you even want to ask them Gary. Sometimes you want to ask them rice. You want to ask them this. So why are you still being faithful to the country? To me, I do tell them, despite the fact that the country has, at a time like this, brought me to a place like this, I want to believe that God has a purpose for it, and that will not make me to say I am angry with the country or I am angry with the army. No.
Though a freed man, the pains are still very vivid. When he was forced to leave his family and loved ones, and the prison cell became a harbor.
It's a big experience. It's a serious experience while I was away for at least 6 good years. Till I left home January 13, 2013. My wife was pregnant of my baby called Divine. That was how I left. Till I was since 2016 before I saw her. You understand? And all this while it wasn't easy for her alone to take care of the children, to pay the children's school fees and all that. It's a serious one. The emotion then was, I feel the pains. The pains was there. Sometimes at night I shed tears all alone. Nobody knows what you are passing through. By 5 o'clock you are locked. At worst by 5:30 everybody is inside the cell. I could not reach my family. The children cannot get what they want to. They cannot go to school the way they ought to go. I passed through a lot. I passed through a lot. But I thank God today that the children are intact. Myself, I'm intact. I did not lost my eyes. I did not lost any part of my body. I meet my wife in good health. Every one of us who are in good health.
You could say he should be an angry man, but no, he isn't. He says his experiences have taught him differently and he sees it all in a different light.
I can never be angry with the Nigerian Army. There was never a day I got angry with the Nigerian Army because a lot of my mates are dead today. A lot of my mates are no more. Many of my classmates that we went to that attack together, Kafia Forest, a lot of attack. Many of them are no more, and some of them are disabled today. But today, here am I, complete body.
As he struggles to reintegrate himself back into society, he speaks to me about stigmatization of ex-convicts.
The truth is that if people knew about my story, one thing that is sure is the issue of stigmatization. That is one thing that the inmates face when they are out. You understand? The people don't want to, the people in the society does not really want to relate with and someone who's just come out of prison and an ex-convict. People don't want to relate with you. The stigmatization is there. But in my case, people do not really know much about it, and the little people that know about me are my church people. Those ones has been there for me. In fact, the house I am right now, they are the one that rented the house for my wife. They are the one that pay my children's school fees. In fact, they've done a lot for me. My immediate family, they try. My old mother try her best, in the village. Most of the time, she comes from the village to visit me in the prison. Most of the time, there are a lot of things. Even in the village, people said a lot of things that maybe he has went to rob, he has went to, different kinds of names that was what sent him to prison. Stigmatization, like people said a lot of things, but it's few that I come to understand that it is not so. It is because these people were to go and fight, and in the cost of the Boko Haram fight that lead them to prison and all that. So today, I thank God.
Sandra is a legal practitioner and she weighs in on the legal aspect of the matter.
There's really no express law or express provisions about ex-convicts in Nigeria, but at the same time, there is no prohibition stating that ex-convicts cannot be given jobs or should not be reintegrated back into society. And this is because, the purpose of the criminal justice system is for reformation and, reformation, restoration, and reintegration back into the society. So there's really no law expressly denying an ex-convict his basic human rights, which includes rights to employment and, freedom from discrimination. He's entitled to that right as well. Apart from key offices in government, that includes like the contesting elections for the presidency, the vice presidency, and some other very key offices in politics, there is no law expressly prohibiting an ex-convict from contesting those elections or holding certain public offices, and even in private spaces. But the truth is that there's always that stigmatization that comes with being an ex-convict. It's the same way you're you fill in a form for application for visa. There's always the provision, have you ever been convicted for any crime? And the truth is, when you click yes, or when you answer yes, you can always, kiss that visa goodbye. The same thing applies to a job. Applying for a job and a question is asked you in your interview, have you ever been convicted of a crime? If you tell the truth, be rest assured that you won't get it, because that's like the perceived stigmatization that comes with you. No one wants to be associated with an ex-convict. That's why I believe that, Nigeria, we have a long way to go in terms of restorative justice. It's high time we begin to see,